Good morning, Jangir here. I want to share that, hey, I've accepted a 30-day challenge. I'm gonna be releasing one video every day, and this is the day one, video number one. Thank you for being here. I want to start this day with a little message of, hey, this whole video thing, it's new waters for me, and yeah, I'm just gonna be documenting my journey. But I think it's going to be very, very similar to what I've already experienced on LinkedIn. And I think many people also kind of give guidance when it comes to social media. Hey, master one platform and then move on and do something else, right? So yeah, video is a new thing, but I've been writing on LinkedIn for 2 years, and there are some interesting results, and I wanted to share with you this. What you can potentially do. It's still it's a saturated platform. There's lots of content, but still, in order to maximize your potential from the career kind of standpoint, right? Like, you can still do a lot there, right? I'm not saying that everyone should go out there and be an influencer, but definitely being someone not famous, right? But having a reputation within your industry, that's going to help you a lot. So the way I started, October 2019, my first role, I started in November with a non-profit organization here, and I had like zero connections. I knew no one, understand nothing. And the way I started there was I remember still my first post, it was a quote. All right, if the wind doesn't help, get to the oars, something like this, right? Something cheesy, something I found, but something that resonated. I posted it, nothing, no context, no thoughts, just a quote, right? Couple likes maybe, and then I started slowly experimenting, right? I started putting again quotes and some thoughts, like some little meditation on the topic, and then a post, and then I started to do some infographic stuff, and I did experiment with the video a little bit at that time, right? But not on a consistent basis. And then I started just writing, like sharing what I see, like a small post about my observations on the industry and the things that I possibly would like to improve, right? And yeah, it all went from there. And number one thing is the most important thing is I want to share that, as for me personally, as a lesson, right? It was that you cannot operate from the place of your current identity, right? Because your current identity doesn't know what it's like to be a creator, to be out there, to show up, and to expose yourself, because this means to be vulnerable, to speak your truth, right? And to show up authentically, and I guess that's the thing number one. Put yourself out there as if you were already that, right? Like, embrace your identity, and especially even if you're not in the content game, right? Everything, your resume, your LinkedIn profile, your interview skills, everything is designed around the purpose of perception engineering, right? What kind of perception you want to build? Because the world will always try to put you in the box, right? The question is, are you taking part of it? Are you actually actively participating in shaping and designing that box? Because otherwise, the world will do it for you, and the world is not doing a good job, to be honest. So that's number one, right? If you're a fresh grad and you want to become and you want to be a junior developer, project to the world that you are that, right? And in any profession, it will be similar. So for me personally, right, if after 1 year contract with a non-profit, right, I did recruitment activities, but in order for other people to perceive me that way, I need to say, like, hey, I'm a talent acquisition professional, and this is how I get my opportunities in the domain of talent acquisition, and this is how I got my current job with Caseware, right? So understand what is that identity that you're engineering, right, and project it, and it will pull you, right? It will have its gravity, and you will start acting towards it, right? Number two, super important, know your purpose, and that's again kind of very closely tied to consistency. To your identity, right? Understand why you're doing it, right? If you don't understand why you're doing it, you will be on and off on the content game, and that's again, you do not chase vanity metrics. You do not chase fame, or if you think, if like I think Adam Brooks has it, and you can look him up. Very interesting guy with amazing insightful knowledge. He's asking a question: who is your idol? Right? Is it the money? Is it fame? Is it pleasure? Right? Or what else is it? Right? You cannot be consistent and be authentic if you're chasing an idol. Right? Like, put yourself out there for something, and usually the purpose is equal to service, right? Like, so for example, personally for myself, and this is how I stay consistent, I came here and I came into the country, right? I knew nothing about job hunting, whatever, Canadian resumes and stuff, but I want to put myself out there and share the mistakes and share the lessons that I learned the hard way, so that you don't have to. And this is why I create all this library of content that, like, hey, 85-90% of what you need to know is there, right? Just take and absorb and then apply it. If it works, if it doesn't work, like, I want to know, right? Reach out back to me, and like, I want to know about my mistakes. I want to know what doesn't work, and I'm going to calibrate it, right? So number 2, know your purpose, know why you're doing this, right? It has to be beyond, it has to be transcendent, right? Like, it has to transcend career, money, next promotion, right? Like getting an opportunity. There should be a higher purpose. Number 3, consistency, right? People have different relationship with discipline, right? They say discipline is restricting, right? So that's a conflicting belief that many people have. Like, at the same time, they want to have this beautiful, successful life, but they also, and they understand on the, like, they look at these successful people, and they understand, like, there is an underlying understanding that these people got there because of their self-discipline, right? They're committed, they're dedicated to their journey, it's systematic, there is a process to what they're doing, right? But on the other hand, they still perceive discipline as something restrictive, something like putting myself in the cage, right? These two concepts, they're conflicting, and as a result, like, you're not progressing fast. For me, and again, sharing a perspective with you, discipline is freedom. Discipline is freedom, right? If you're disciplined, you wake up early in the morning, you do whatever you need to do, right? And you already earn the day, right? Like, literally, if you look at my calendar, I have a block in the morning and it says earn the day. So that by the time, like, people start work at 9 a.m., you already feel like, hey, you've achieved something, right? You've started on the right foot. With that, I want to leave you, right? Put your authentic self out there. We're not perfect. We're all human. We make mistakes, and yeah, when people say, like, hey, I'm a mess, do not associate yourself with that. These are the thoughts. Not I'm the mess, but I have the thoughts that I'm a mess. Like, detach yourself from that. There is some mess in all of us. There is some chaos that requires organization, but it doesn't mean that I am that, right? There's probably it's just a signal to you from your mind that there is some work that has to be done, right? So show up authentically, think about what identity are you engineering, and from that you're going to be also thinking, what perception am I engineering? Like, how do I want to show up in the world? Secondly, know your purpose. Why are you doing this? Where are you going with this, right? Because if you don't know where you're going with this, you will not be consistent, and that's number 3. Consistency, right? You have to put out quality content out there. I hope it helps. I wish you a lovely day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.